Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we have a lot of info put out right here. We're now, like, we're basically here, right? The data download, which is going to have these Peppy Gal units in it and stuff like that later on tonight, is going to also have with it probably like countdown images and stuff like that. We do have some events announced, including a new red zone. We're getting a Dismal Future Red Zone, which looks very interesting. This is with the countdown too. This isn't even part one of the celebration. This is with the countdown. So that's very good to see. Okay, let's just jump in. So what we'll do here, there was 4 characters details were announced. We have Oceana Shenron. We have Launch as well. Those are 2 EZA characters. And then we have a new summonable TUR Android 18 and a summonable TUR Mamba. Mamba, of course, is not on GT bosses. This is not surprising. They are incredibly strict with GT bosses. I just want to show this real quick, how stupid it is. Again, I've been complaining about the fact that they made these categories bosses for years, right? Like movie bosses, GT bosses. It's stupid. If it's just movie villains and GT villains, the teams are just significantly stronger. But the thing I wanted to point out with GT bosses here is that Hellfighter 17 is not even on GT bosses, who literally is one half of Super 17. Like, they are so strict with this stupid-ass category. They have every Shadow Dragon on there, so I guess because they're all split off from the big dragon himself, I don't know. I don't know. The GT bosses category sucks, though. It sucks. It's ass. Alright, so let's start with Mamba and Android 18, right? So we'll start with Mamba. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So Mamba, okay, so she's AGL, so she's gonna be around what, 16,000-ish HP, sure. Her attack is pretty low. It doesn't really matter too much though. Then defense is just whatever. Alright, so Mamba, let's take a look at what we got here. So she's Peppy Gal category or Extreme AGL category. Extreme AGL, 3 key and 120% of stats. That's good because that actually is good for Battlefield. I do like that. She gets 2 key and 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Sure. 100% defense on super attack. We like that. Then she gets 500% attack. Okay. Okay. A guaranteed crit, and for one time during the turn, break the enemy's action. When performing a super attack, if the enemy is attacked down, defense is down, stunned, or sealed. So, okay, this is a permanent thing she'll always get. I just look at the way it's described. And I'm just thinking like, oh, is this like, Tech Master Roshi's Mafuba, where it's a one-time attack, but no, it's just, she can do this every turn. It's just the enemy has to be debuffed. Alright, well, I mean, that's nice, but the really tough bosses don't get debuffed, right? Like, Omega, you could debuff him, yes, against Tech Omega. But Tech Omega is not the reason that fight is so hard. Right, it's like, yeah, awesome, we could debuff him, and then STR Omega hits you for 700k on a normal, right? Like, yeah, awesome. So, I mean, sure, I mean, she'll dominate Burst Mode and Super Battle Road and Battlefield and stuff like that. But, like, remember, this is a summonable character right here we're talking about. And this is not a double rates banner either, right? The Peppy Gal banner this year, it's not double rates. Okay, so she's doing all that. She gives all allies 40% attack. Okay. And high chance of all enemies attack minus 20% if there are 4 more Peppy Gal category allies on the team other than this character, or if there's an STR type enemy. Well, I mean, I do like all allies attack plus 40%, but let's finish out. Okay, so she gets 50% defense for 4 turns. Oh, that's quite good, actually. Oh, wow. Okay, that's very strong. Supreme damage and lowers enemy attack. Single character links categories. Flea, Coward, Battlefield Diva, GT, Metamorphosis, More Than Meets the Eye, Shattering Limit. Holy shit. Okay. Peppy Gal, Earthling, and Battle of Wits. Alright. She's like very mid, I would probably say. This is good. 40% attack. But you know what's better than 40% attack? 40% attack and defense. And you know what's better than that? Is if you have key as well. I really, like, just give me key, attack, and defense, man. Just give me all three. Like, just put all three right in my mouth. Like, let's not do this. I mean, I don't know. She's not. I think defensively she'll probably be fine. I mean, against normals, I guess, of course, right? Like, this is very strong. She's getting the 100% defense on super attack. You know, it's funny. She has the opposite of Kami. Kami gets 100% attack on super, and, you know, Mamba's getting the 100% defense. But it's just like she hits hard in weak content. And she has this nice debuff in weak content. Yeah, Mamba, this is not really... This is a good free-to-play character, I would say. I would be pretty pleased if this was a free-to-play characters kit. Summonable? No. Alright, next. So we'll take a look at Android 18 here. Now, Android 18, for some reason, is like, the quality of this image is actually so bad. Like, I don't understand why they do this. Like, like, where do they take these? I would love to know where and how they take these screenshots, man. Because, like, this is just not acceptable. Like, they can't, like, just take, like, a good screenshot? Like, doesn't make any sense. Or, like, type it out. They might as well just type it out. Put screenshots and then type the shit out as well. I don't know. Alright, so we have Android 18. Her HP is really low. Oh, that's trash. That's really bad. No. Nah, it's really bad. Her attack, I mean, is, what, like 13,000? Defense is in the 10,000 range. But that HP is the stat to care about there. Peppy Gal or Extreme STR. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, she's a villain. I mean, Android Saga, Android 18 is a villain character, so this is a villain. Both characters are villains, so that means they're gonna suck, right? Okay, 2 key, 150% attack and defense. Now, they're 100% attack and defense on super. Okay, cool. 30% chance to dodge. We like that. Gain an additional 180% attack and a chance to dodge enemy attacks plus 18%. If there's 4 or more Peppy Gal category allies on the team, or if there's a physical type enemy. So that would essentially get her to like a 50% chance to dodge. And then super effective against all types for 6 turns after... For 6 turns? That's pretty good. Super effective for 6 turns after dodging. Okay. And she's getting 50% attack and defense and does supreme damage. So we're at 150, 100% right there, 50% right there. She can get the extra. She's going to be at essentially a 50% chance to dodge. She's okay. This Android 18 is fine. So the extra dodge is if there's 4 Peppy Gal category allies or if there's a physical type enemy. I'm thinking that this 18 is going to be pretty good because... Unless she's getting hit by an AGL. Who's the strongest AGL boss? The Sin phase and the Sin fight? I mean, besides, it's not like AGL bosses are really that crazy. I mean, obviously Dragon Ball Super Broly. But, like, Broly is the weakest hitting of all of the really tough bosses. I think that this 18 seems solid, but of course 18's a dodge character. I mean, you give 18 full dodge, you know, she's got like a nice 24, 25 dodge or something like that, along with her dodge chance. She's going to be tanking normals, I think, pretty good. She seems fine. She's fine. I mean, I would take Chilai over both of these characters, right? But, I mean, do I like Fasha better than this Android 18? Probably not. I mean, because Fasha is good. right? And she's got that really strong guard, but that wears out. You know, by the time you get to the really tough portions of the fight, Fasha's not guarding. 18 is solid. Mamba is like socks or mid. 18 is definitely, I would say, solid. Okay. So we have them. We have, again, the Dismal Future, Red Zone. We have, what is this? I think it's All Out Struggle Super Battle Road, I think I saw someone say is what it is. It's probably in there somewhere. I'm just not seeing it. So we have that. Okay, Oceana Shenron. So this is Int Oceana Shenron. This is a GT bosses character, because, again, remember that all the Shadow Dragons are GT bosses. So this is actually kind of important because Carnival Omega. But, I mean, I'm not... listen, guys. Dude, they put the eyeball emoji. Do they think they're Toon Rami? Eyeball emoji? For real? What are they putting the eyeball emoji for? Pay attention to the new Ise that will be held soon. And then we got the bait Toon Rami eyeball. Okay. That's fine. I mean, she better be good if we're putting the eyeballs there. Alright, Shadow Dragon Saga. Category Key 3, 130% of stats. 3 Key, 150% attack and even. She doesn't need Key as a Shadow Dragon character. She does not need Key. Ugh, okay. I mean, it's nice, but, like, she doesn't need that. Gain another 100% attack and defense. And perform an additional super if the enemy's an attack down or defensive down. Okay. Super effective against all types. 70% chance to stun. And a high chance to launch an additional super if the enemy is in the sealed status. So she's very similar to what she was before. 30% attack, 50% defense, supreme damage, and a seal. Yeah, because these additionals are only if the enemy is debuffed. She's getting 50% defense from her super attack effect. So it's one of those things where if she could get a couple of supers, she'd be looking really good defensively. Like, if the additionals for her were not just predicated on the enemy being debuffed, she'd be pretty good. I'm just thinking, like, would I probably use this character? Maybe. I mean, if I'm gonna fight Selmax, I guess I probably would bring her. I mean, she's int. A lot of you guys gotta understand how bad GT bosses is. Like, you have to understand. Like, this kind, like, these characters all suck. I mean, she's not that good. Yeah, to say they kept the spirit of her kit the same is an understatement, huh? Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's just, she's okay. Like, again, she's okay, mid-ish. But, like, that's not... This is where... Dokkan, they're always going to release more hero characters and villain characters, and that's fine. But they gotta, like, make the villains, like, much better. You have to make them more of, like, an impressive sort of, like that. Because of how weak GT bosses is and how infrequently the buffs are, like, they would have done really right by making her super good. A lot of times these Peppy Gull characters are pretty good, so she doesn't seem that crazy to me. She's okay. Like, I'll use her on GT bosses, but, I mean, it's not really because it's like, oh my god, she's a must-run, she's so busted. It's because GT bosses sucks ass. Lynx, she's got Battlefield Diva, Metamorphosis, Cold Judgment, Shadow Dragon, Speedy Retribution, GT Shattering Limit. And she's only on Shadow Dragon, Peppy Gals, and GT bosses. Okay. Let's take a look at Launch. Launch has got a good chance to be good here. Peppy Gal, category key 3, 130% of stats, 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. 2 additionals, each of which has a high chance to be a super. Okay. 3 key and another 120% attack and defense and a high chance to crit for the first 7 turns. So far, very, very similar. Yeah, they did not change these girls very much at all, huh? So she got an extra 30%. And then she gets just, like, 1 extra turn right there. All right, not really too much different so far. Sure. Gets another 100% attack and seals. There's another Peppy Gal category ally in the same turn. gets a 30% chance to crit if the enemy's in sealed. Wow, they gave her nothing. They gave these girls nothing, actually. They left them... wow, it's just like LR Kale and Khalifa. They left them exactly the same, just like LR Kale and Khalifa. I mean, these are, you know, very modernish characters, too, with some of their kits and designs. Again, I would say that these guys have kind of like a modern feel to them. This does not, I mean, you can never predict with some of these EZAs. I would almost say this does not bode well. Many characters that people will be holding out hope for, oh, they'll be so crazy when they EZA. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know a character who, I mean, should be good when they EZA is the Dokkan Fest Physical Angel Golden Frieza. Because that is a character that truly only does need stats. He attack debuffs, he has damage reduction, he dodges, he seals, he stuns, he defensive stacks. Like, that Angel Golden Frieza's got everything already. So really, all he needs to be a very competitive character is just to get a bunch of stats. Which is basically what Oceanus and Launch... Oceanus and Launch essentially just got stats. That's all they got. Launch... Oh, no. Launch actually might be quite good, believe it or not. They gave her 50% defense, supreme damage, greatly lowers attack. Oh, Launch might be quite good. I mean, her additionals are a high chance. Yeah, Launch could be very tanky if she gets a couple of super attacks off. Maybe. Let me see her stats in game. Launch is decent. Again, the thing with Launch is, I mean, for like Earthling or Dragon Ball Saga or something like that, like you could find spots to run her. Overall, I would say this is an unimpressive batch of characters. 18 is okay. Launch is okay. Oceanus is like a little bit less of an okay. And then I think Mamba is kind of mid. I mean, let me see these characters in game, but by this point, I've got it, like, they've kept the general power level of the game pretty consistent for a while. So just with their details, I have a good idea of how they're going to be able to perform. A bunch of them are okay. I mean, it's Oceanus does make me sad. I mean, Mamba would have been nice if she could have gotten GT bosses, if they would just, like, not be so damn strict. You know, to just help out Omega. It's just very weird. There's updates Dokkan could do that would actually be so exciting. Like, if they did, like, a celebration, and the whole point of the celebration is we're changing movie bosses and GT bosses to movie villains and GT villains. Like, imagine how awesome of a celebration that... Like, it would be so exciting, right? Like, oh, we're doing a celebration where we're adding Kefla, Gogeta, and Vegito to Pure Saiyans. Right? Like, these are, I feel like, just, like, knocking out of the ballpark ideas for Dokkan. Because they could fix this category system with just minor changes to some of these characters, right? Adopt the Legends format of, you know, like a combo character having every category or every tag that both characters have would just be so good. So something like 17 and Golden Frieza will be on Wicked Bloodline, and they'd be on androids and stuff like that. Like that, these would be nice changes. So... let me know what you guys think. We got a lot of Peppy Gals coming out. These are probably going to be in a data download at about 10 p.m. my time tonight. We should be getting countdown images and stuff like that, so that's going to be pretty good. Let me know what you guys think of Mamba, Oceanus, Launch, and Android 18. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.